I've been absolutely blessed this year to go to loads of amazing rescue centres and meet loads of wonderful rescue animals. This particular guy was a huge hit with all of you guys, and I absolutely adore him. So it wouldn't be Christmas without checking in on the gorgeous Johnny. One of the highlights this year was volunteering at Shropshire Cat Rescue, an amazing place doing things a little differently. Alongside their rehoming centre, this inspiring charity also provides a forever home to older or sick cats that would struggle to be rehomed, but who now can live out their remaining years happily in their cat retirement village. Or in Johnny's case, his castle.
The cats here are super important. They all mean a lot to us, and there are some real characters within the retirement village that they just grab hold of your heart and don't let go. And sadly, when they leave us, they still have a place in our heart. My first cat that I kind of fell in love with here when I started volunteering with my mum was Floyd, and I've still got the picture of him putting out his little paw to my knee, and I'm like, that's my best picture ever. It was actually Marion who's kind of the main founder of this place, and it's her rather beautiful back garden that we're in. She created the retirement village from a desire to not leave old cats that people just look over every single time. You get the odd people that are amazing and go, yeah, we'll have an old cat, we don't mind, yeah, we'll sort them out. But there was so many, it was just, we need to be able to sort something else out for them. The majority of them in the village have arthritis. We've also got a couple of young cases, and then of course we also have Johnny and his special little enclosure.
Johnny is a rather special cat who I fell in love with as soon as I met him. Oh my God, he's great, isn't he?
He is.
He's licking my face. Oh my God. Being deaf and blind, the team have gone above and beyond to give him the best quality of life possible. It's nice to know that he hasn't changed. He still loves being on anyone's shoulder, and of course, walking time. I'm sad to be missing out on today's walk, Johnny. The team here really do go the extra mile to care for every cat's needs. And what amazes me is it's almost entirely run by volunteers.
I'm a volunteer and trustee, full-time working as a veterinary nurse. Not working, I'm being Shropshire Cat Rescue volunteer. To be a volunteer at any rescue centre, you've got to have a complete passion for the animals that you're looking after. There has to be a passion to be able to cope with the amount of dirty litter trays. But it's interacting with them and playing with them and just spending time with them. Just sitting in the village, sometimes it's just so peaceful, and they just come up, sit on your knee, and it's just like, oh, this is why I've just cleaned 20 dirty litter trays. So at Shropshire Cat Rescue, we have got 3 paid members of staff, and they're all part-time. One's in the shop, and we've got 2 admin that we've recently got because we just can't cope with the workload, basically. It's really tricky. But the rest of us are all volunteers, so everyone that comes and does the cleaning and sorting is all volunteers. Through the week is about 100. Here at Shropshire Cat Rescue, if we didn't have volunteers, we wouldn't function. We couldn't do anything. We wouldn't be able to care for the cat. We wouldn't be able to home cats because we wouldn't have anyone to help with the homing. We wouldn't have people that kind of come in and go, okay, there's a hand here, I'll take it home, and get up every 2 hours throughout the night. And volunteers do that. It really is a 24/7, and you don't know what's going to come through the door. We have a huge waiting list, about 140 cats just sat waiting to come in, and they all have to be prioritised. And it's the admin volunteers. There's 2 girls that actually have to wade through that and read all the stories, and a lot of them are not nice stories. And then you get a lot of cases that have to be jumped up to the top of the pile. You'll be like, oh, we can finally get this one in that's been patiently waiting for like 2 months. We can get them in. And then you get a phone call or a message, and you can't ignore it, because if you ignore it, that cat's in danger. Whereas the other one, it's not in danger, it just does need to come in. So they end up getting jumped over because you can't leave the cat that's actually in danger, and it's really difficult and really hard for those volunteers to actually cope with it. There's just so much to do, and it's just kind of mind-blowing. You try not to think about the amount of work there is. All the rescue centres are all bursting at the seams because there just isn't the capacity to take in the amount of animals that need help. So if there wasn't the rescue centres that we've already got, then there would be a lot of cats on the streets suffering and in poor health and not being fed and starving. It doesn't bear thinking about. It already hurts you because you know there's cats out there already that's happening to, and you know that there is, but there's nothing you can only do so much, and that's what a lot of volunteers can start to struggle with. So we try to support each other as much as we can because we know there's stories, and as soon as you hear one of the stories you're like, oh my God, we've got to get them in, and you're like, but where? So it's really, really tricky. It's tough sometimes, and you'll lose cats, especially with the retirement village. It's a lot harder because you fall in love with these guys and then they go, oh yeah, it's my time, I'm going, and you're like, no, you weren't supposed to go yet, we wanted you for longer because we loved you. But it's the way it kind of rolls, which is why we've got all our little memory stones. If we didn't have the volunteers, we wouldn't have a retirement village, and these cats would not be here because where would they go? No one would necessarily take them on, and you get to a point where you can't leave a cat in the pen for the rest of its life. So if you didn't have volunteers here willing to come and clean and sort out these little oldies, they wouldn't be here. They would have already gone. So sadly, when people have passed away, their cats would be going as well if there was no place and there was no volunteers to actually come in and go, I'll look after them, I'll step up, I'll do my bit, I'll clean the dirty little trays and give them food and play with them and make sure that they're warm and safe and get vet checks and all the medication and everything that they need. It's like no volunteers means no rescue.
Unfortunately, I'm unable to get away from the vet practice, but I wanted to send everyone at Shropshire Cat Rescue some Christmas cheer.
Hello and Merry Christmas, all you wonderful people at Shropshire Cat Rescue. I hope that you are getting festive and ready to go for the Christmas period. Thank you so much for welcoming myself and the Rescue Vet team up at the start of the year. It was so wonderful hanging out with all of those beautiful cats in the retirement home. And of course, thank you to Johnny for taking me for a walk. That was quite an experience. I do know how much Shropshire Cat Rescue does rely on the amazing support of all of those volunteers. Such dedication, particularly this time of year where you are all giving up your Christmas to look after those lovely feline friends. So lots of love to you all. I have sent some presents on behalf of myself and the Rescue Vet team, and of course a very special gift to Johnny. Lots of love. Very Merry Christmas to all of you, and thanks for everything you do. Bye.
And I have a very special guest helping me with my Christmas deliveries.
Oh wow, these must be the presents from Scott.
Even though the cats don't really know it's Christmas, we make sure they know it's Christmas because it's nice for the volunteers and it's nice for us. So on Christmas Day, it will be the volunteers spending their Christmas Day with cat litters, trays, and all that sort of fun. But some people are like, it's not my shift, but I'm going to come in because I'd like to, and they feel like that's what they really want to do. And then others will come up in the afternoon just to spend and sit and have time with them. Some of them bring up extra treats for the cats, so if there's leftover turkey, the cats get an extra treat that day.
Now I'm hoping Johnny likes his present. Always a worry at Christmas time.
Here you are, Johnny, we've got you some presents now you're back from your walk.
This vibrating catnip toy should be the perfect gift for a cat that navigates the world through touch and smell. And I'm so pleased he seems to like it. Phew.
For Johnny and for many of the cats at Shropshire Cat Rescue, they've already found their forever home. It's right there with those amazing band of volunteers who give up their Christmas to give all of those lovely feline friends some love. So do remember that volunteering is just so key to helping many rescue centres both here in Britain and around the world. It's such a lovely thing that you can do this Christmas. Whether you want to just cuddle a cat or walk a dog or clean out a rabbit's hutch, maybe just work in the charity shop, or even just do some washing up for them. That's going to really help that rescue centre, and it will make you feel good. I know that for a fact. I've been doing that all year, and I'm going to continue to do it here on Rescue Vet. If you're interested in volunteering, then contact your local rescue centre. And if you're considering volunteering or doing it already, then do throw a comment in the messages below. Happy 12 rescues of Christmas, everyone, and I'll see you back here tomorrow on Rescue Vet. Bye for now.